Shop Talk.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. We're here today at Factory Direct Copper and Granite with Scott Bishop.
Hi, Grant.
Scott,
Good to see you again.
Hey, tell me a little bit about what you offer here. You got a big place, a lot of stuff here.
Sure.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, about 8 years ago, I started to do, or tried to do, a cash and carry concept for the average consumer. And that was something with Granite that nobody had ever done before. And bringing in things that were pre-cut and standard so that your average do-it-yourselfer could go ahead and upgrade a bathroom or, a small bar area or something. And over time, we've grown and expanded to where now, we do fabrication from start to finish with big, huge slabs for a bathroom or a kitchen or a bar, or nowadays even outdoor kitchens are a big plus.
I've noticed in the last 10, 15 years that everybody wants granite,
right.
In their kitchen and everything. How have you seen the popularity of it grow?
Yeah, you bet. I mean, being on TV and also the affordability has really come into play. And so markets like Wichita and stuff, they now demand those things that they've seen on TV that have been in Dallas or in Chicago or in Phoenix and stuff. And so the great news is that there's a good selection of natural stone to meet almost anybody's color and price considerations.
So you not only sell the product, you guys install it?
You bet, yeah, absolutely, from start to finish. So it's almost a turnkey operation. So we'll come out and actually physically template the areas that you're wanting to put granite on, and you'll come out and actually take a look at the slabs that we're going to physically use for your project and see how they're going to all lay out, and then we'll come in and install, and then you have your brand new kitchen.
So copper is also in the name.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of those products.
Right, well, interestingly enough, early on, we were building a home and we were wanting some copper, and the pricing was just out of control. It was really, really expensive. And so I started direct importing copper sinks and the copper conductor leader heads that you might have on the exterior of your home for rain gutters and stuff. And so farmhouse sinks, where that whole front fascia of the sink is exposed, we were doing those in copper. And so for years, I did a lot of copper, and hence the name. Over time, things ebb and flow, and so we don't do as much copper as we used to, but it was how I got started, so I wanted to for sure keep the name.
So Factory Direct is also in the name. Does that gives people a sense that, maybe they're cutting out sort of a middleman. Is that the case?
Yeah, well, oftentimes, yeah. I mean, I am the owner, and so, most of the customers are going to deal with me directly. But depending on, what it is, when it comes to sinks and things like that, I actually direct import them. In fact, I supply a lot of my friendly competitors their sinks because we buy in such huge volume. And then buying in that volume allows us to offer some really sharp pricing and also to keep things in stock, whereas a lot of other places, they may be special order.
So maybe run me through, say I'm interested. I want to redo the cabinet or the countertops in my kitchen or bathrooms or whatever. What do I have to do to get in touch with you?
Normally the most efficient thing to do with your time is if you can kind of draw out what your kitchen sort of looks like with some basic measurements. And if you spend longer than 3 or 4 minutes drawing out your kitchen, you're making it too complex. It's just real basic. And then, I have almost 250 slabs of stone sitting outside, and when you come by, you'll take a look at some slabs, you think, okay, I can envision that in our house. And so with that color that you're interested in, along with the drawing, is enough to me to create a basic estimate. And then after talking with you and reviewing the sink options and edge profiles and stuff like that, then we'll actually set up a time to physically come out and template your kitchen. Then we go ahead and fabricate, polish, and get all the sinks ready and stuff, and then we actually come out and physically install. And so typically when we install, it's all done the same day. It's not like your kitchen's, destroyed for days on or weeks on end.
So, it's not just that kind of stuff. We see some kind of unique items here.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, I'd seen something like that when I was in Dallas, and so I had one of my factory partners. I sent him some drawings and stuff, and so we've actually been able to create out of what would normally be waste product and actually create something unique. So these are wine racks, and that particular one's out of a piece of marble, and the original piece of marble was used in the monument, the headstones. And so then my factory actually created the holes. And so, you know, we have it in marble. I don't know if you can see that one down there. It's actually out of a river stone. We had to do it out of granite, do it out of travertine, all very, very unique. And again, something that you can actually physically see and then take home with you today.
You were talking about, you know, the remnants, and
Right.
I mean, that's something I would imagine with this kind of work, that you end up with a bunch
Yeah.
of weird shaped pieces that you can't use.
Right,
But,
traditionally,
you know, we
yeah.
were talking earlier, and you found a use for these. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty exciting. And so I don't know if you can see the TVs behind me or not, but we can take those smaller pieces, those remnant pieces that would traditionally just be thrown away and put into a landfill. You know, it's all beautiful natural stone, and we're actually able to create pavers, something like you see here in different shapes. I have a machine that we actually create those shapes, and you can do them both interior and exterior. As well as, and this side over here, it's for a split stone backsplash. And again, that can be done as a indoor or outdoor application. So the good news is you're able to completely create whatever kind of color combination you want, as well as being eco-friendly in the sense that that would otherwise normally be thrown away, and yet we're able to create something that's just beautiful and stunning.
So tell people again where they can find you.
Sure.
And how to get a hold of you.
Well, I'm at 3526 North Comotara, so I'm between Rock and Webb off of 35th Street North. My name is Scott. I'd love to help you out on any kind of project, and just give me a call at 316-214-0771.
All right. Well, Scott, thanks
Wade.
a lot for joining
Appreciate
us
it.
today.
Thanks.
And thank you for joining us on this edition of Shop Talk.